that Princess Diana had been in a terrible car wreck in Paris. That's all we knew. I drove fast to the studio, took a seat, went on the air. The rest of it unfolded around us in real time.
Recently, the British royal family has issued a heartbreaking announcement that has reignited the world's grief over Princess Diana's tragic death. This unexpected revelation has left many in shock, stirring memories of a beloved figure whose legacy continues to resonate deeply. As the royal family reflects on Diana's enduring impact, questions arise about the implications of this news on their legacy and the nation. What does this mean for the royal family's future? The tragic death of Princess Diana. The tragic death of Princess Diana on August 31, 1997, sent shockwaves around the world. Known as the People's Princess, Diana was beloved for her warmth, compassion, and ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Her sudden passing in a car crash in Paris left millions heartbroken and searching for answers. Diana's life was a captivating story filled with glamour, but it was also marked by personal struggles. She married Prince Charles in 1981, and at first, it seemed like a fairy tale. However, behind the scenes, the marriage was fraught with difficulties, including infidelity and intense media scrutiny. Diana often felt trapped by royal protocols and the expectations placed on her as a member of the royal family. Despite these challenges, she devoted herself to charitable work, focusing on issues like homelessness, HIV/AIDS, and landmines. Her ability to connect with people made her a beloved figure, and she used her platform to bring attention to important causes. When news of Diana's death broke, the world was in shock. The circumstances surrounding her passing, a high-speed car chase involving paparazzi, led to an outpouring of anger and grief. Many blamed the media for contributing to her tragic fate, highlighting the relentless pursuit of celebrities that often crosses ethical boundaries. This tragic event sparked a broader conversation about the role of the press and the impact of celebrity culture on individuals' lives. In the days following her death, people around the world mourned Diana in various ways. Flowers were laid outside Buckingham Palace, and millions tuned into her funeral, which was watched by an estimated 2.5 billion people. The public grieving was not just for Diana, but also for the loss of hope and compassion she represented. Her death forced the royal family to confront its relationship with the media and the public. It marked a turning point in how the monarchy was perceived and how it interacted with the world. Diana's marriage to Charles, a royal fairy tale turned tragedy. When Lady Diana Spencer married Prince Charles on July 29, 1981, the world watched in awe. The grand wedding at St. Paul's Cathedral, with Diana's iconic ivory gown and a 25-foot train, seemed like the perfect beginning of a royal fairy tale. Millions tuned in to witness what was hailed as the wedding of the century, and Diana, just 20 years old, became a global sensation. But behind the dazzling spectacle and fairy tale facade, the marriage was already showing cracks that would eventually lead to heartbreak. Diana's charm and compassion captured the hearts of the public instantly. She was adored for her warmth and her ability to connect with people, becoming a media darling. However, the intense public attention took a toll on her personal life. From the start, Diana found it difficult to adapt to the rigid expectations of royal life. She struggled with feelings of isolation and the pressure to maintain a perfect image for the public. The challenges of her new role as a royal and wife were compounded by one underlying issue that never truly went away: Prince Charles's deep and lingering connection to Camilla Parker Bowles. Camilla's presence in Charles and Diana's marriage cast a shadow that was impossible to ignore. Despite their union, Charles's affection for Camilla remained strong, and Diana was acutely aware of it. Her famous comment during a 1995 interview, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded," revealed the depth of her pain and the strain it placed on their relationship. What started as a fairy tale quickly became a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and emotional turmoil. As Diana's struggles intensified, she found herself increasingly isolated. Behind the glamour of royal life, she battled with feelings of inadequacy and even developed bulimia, a condition she later spoke about openly. Her honesty about her mental health and personal struggles endeared her even more to the public. But it also created tension within the royal family, who preferred to keep such matters private. By the mid-1990s, the marriage had completely unraveled, leading to their separation in 1992 and eventual divorce in 1996. Diana's marriage to Charles was a tragic reminder that fairy tales don't always have happy endings. Yet, through her pain, Diana emerged as a symbol of resilience and compassion, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire the world today. The role of Camilla Parker Bowles between Charles and Diana's marriage. The story of Prince Charles and Princess Diana's marriage is one of the most famous and tragic chapters in British royal history. At the heart of their struggles was Camilla Parker Bowles, who played a pivotal role in the breakdown of their union. Although Charles and Diana's wedding was hailed as a fairy tale, Camilla's presence in their lives cast a long shadow that Diana herself described as making their marriage crowded. Charles and Camilla's relationship began long before he met Diana. The two first met in the early 1970s and had a deep bond that never truly faded, even after Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973. When Charles married Diana in 1981, Camilla was still a significant part of his life. While the public adored Diana, the young and beautiful princess, Charles reportedly struggled to let go of his feelings for Camilla. This emotional connection would prove to be a major source of tension in his marriage to Diana. Diana became aware of Camilla's continued influence early in her marriage. From subtle gestures to private moments, Diana felt Camilla's presence looming over her relationship with Charles. In her famous 1995 BBC Panorama interview, Diana famously said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." This heartfelt admission revealed the depth of her pain and the impact Camilla had on her happiness. The strain from Charles's lingering attachment to Camilla only grew worse as Diana struggled with the pressures of royal life. The constant media attention, her battles with mental health, and her feelings of isolation made it even harder for her to cope with the emotional distance in her marriage. Over time, Charles and Diana's relationship became more strained, with both seeking comfort outside their union. Charles rekindled his romance with Camilla, while Diana also had extramarital relationships. By the early 1990s, their marriage had completely broken down, and they separated in 1992 before divorcing in 1996. The public largely blamed Camilla for the failure of their marriage, and she became one of the most disliked figures in Britain for years. However, over time, public opinion softened, especially as Charles and Camilla made their relationship official and eventually married in 2005. Camilla's role in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage is undeniable. Her continued presence in Charles's life was a source of pain for Diana and a major factor in the unraveling of their union. It remains one of the most talked about aspects of royal history, highlighting the complexities of love, duty, and the pressures of life in the public eye. Conspiracy theories surrounding Diana's death. The tragic death of Princess Diana on August 31, 1997, shocked the world and left countless questions in its wake. Officially, the crash that claimed her life in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris was attributed to gross negligence by driver Henri Paul, who was intoxicated as he tried to escape aggressive paparazzi. However, for many, this explanation never felt complete. Over the years, a web of conspiracy theories has emerged, suggesting that Diana's death may have been far more sinister than an accident. One of the most prominent theories is that Diana's death was orchestrated by powerful forces within the British establishment, or even the royal family itself. This idea stems from the belief that Diana had become too independent and outspoken, threatening the monarchy's image. Her public statements about her struggles within the royal family and her increasing global influence made her a figure of both admiration and controversy. Some theorists argue that her relationship with Dodi Fayed, an Egyptian businessman, and rumors of an impending engagement or even pregnancy may have been seen as a threat to the royal family's traditions and reputation. Mohammed Al Fayed, Dodi's father, has been one of the most vocal proponents of this theory. He has accused British intelligence and members of the royal family of orchestrating the crash, claiming they could not accept the possibility of Diana marrying a Muslim man. Although these claims have been widely debunked, they have fueled public speculation for decades. Another chilling aspect of the conspiracy theories is a note Diana allegedly wrote to her butler, Paul Burrell, predicting her own death. In the note, she expressed fears that someone might tamper with her car's brakes to orchestrate an accident. This eerie prediction has led many to believe that Diana herself felt unsafe and suspected foul play. Despite these theories, official investigations have consistently concluded that the crash was an accident caused by a combination of Henri Paul's intoxication and the paparazzi's relentless pursuit. In 2007, an inquest into Diana's death reaffirmed this conclusion, labeling it a case of unlawful killing due to reckless driving. King Charles's recent reflection on Diana's struggles. In recent years, King Charles III has opened up about the impact that his late ex-wife, Princess Diana, had on his life and the royal family. As he navigates his new role as king, Charles has taken the time to reflect on Diana's struggles, her legacy, and how her experiences resonate with the challenges faced by many people today. Diana was not just a princess. She was a human being who battled her own demons. Her struggles with mental health, her tumultuous marriage, and the relentless press coverage have become central themes in understanding her life. In various interviews and public speeches since becoming king, Charles has acknowledged the pain that Diana endured, often expressing a sense of compassion for her situation. He recognizes that her struggles were not just personal, but also indicative of the pressures that come with being in the public eye. In one of his notable reflections, Charles spoke about how Diana's openness regarding her mental health challenges, including her battles with bulimia and depression, helped to change perceptions around mental health issues. He emphasized the importance of discussing mental health openly, stating that it is crucial for understanding and supporting those who suffer. Charles believes that Diana's willingness to share her experiences has inspired many and helped to break down the stigma surrounding mental health. Moreover, Charles has also mentioned the impact of the media on Diana's life. He has expressed his deep concern about the relentless pursuit of celebrities by the press, which contributed significantly to Diana's struggles. He often urges for a more compassionate approach from the media, advocating for the well-being of individuals who are constantly under scrutiny. This reflection shows that Charles is not only aware of the challenges Diana faced, but also committed to ensuring that lessons are learned from her life. As king, Charles aims to honor Diana's legacy by promoting causes she cared about, such as mental health awareness and charitable work. He often highlights how her compassion for others continues to inspire him and many around the world. By reflecting on her struggles, Charles seeks to create a more understanding and supportive society, one that acknowledges the human experience behind the royal facade. The responses of Prince William and Prince Harry to Diana's death. The tragic death of Princess Diana was a devastating moment for her two sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, then just 15 and 12 years old. Losing their mother so suddenly and publicly left an indelible mark on both princes, shaping their lives and the way they approached their roles within the royal family. While they were united in their grief at the time, their responses to Diana's death have evolved in different ways over the years, reflecting their unique personalities, roles, and life experiences. In the immediate aftermath of Diana's death, both William and Harry had to endure the unimaginable, mourning their mother under the gaze of the entire world. They were forced to walk behind her coffin during the funeral procession, a moment etched into public memory. The brothers have since admitted how difficult that was, with Harry describing it as something no child should ever have to do. Despite their shared pain, the two coped in very different ways. As the elder son and future king, Prince William adopted a more reserved approach, aligning himself with tradition and duty. He internalized much of his grief, focusing on his royal responsibilities while quietly honoring his mother's legacy. Over the years, he has championed causes close to Diana's heart, such as mental health awareness, homelessness, and supporting vulnerable children. William's approach has been one of quiet dignity, reflecting his role as a stabilizing figure within the monarchy. He rarely speaks publicly about his mother's death, choosing instead to let his actions speak for themselves. Prince Harry, on the other hand, has been far more outspoken about the impact of Diana's death on his life. For years, he struggled with unresolved grief and anger, which he later admitted led him down a path of emotional turmoil. Harry has repeatedly pointed to the media's role in his mother's death, blaming the relentless paparazzi for contributing to the crash. More recently, in his memoir, Spare, and various interviews, Harry has criticized the royal family for failing to protect Diana from the press, and for not adequately supporting him and William in the aftermath of her death. Over time, these differing approaches have created a noticeable rift between the brothers. While William remains committed to upholding the royal traditions that their mother once challenged, Harry has distanced himself from the monarchy, seeking a life removed from the pressures that he believes contributed to Diana's struggles. Despite their differences, both princes continue to honor their mother in their own ways, ensuring that her legacy of compassion and humanity lives on. The rift between Prince William and Prince Harry. The bond between Prince William and Prince Harry was once seen as unbreakable. As young boys, they leaned on each other for support after the tragic loss of their mother, Princess Diana, in 1997. However, in recent years, their relationship has been marked by tension and distance, with the rift between the brothers becoming one of the most talked about topics within the British royal family. While many factors have contributed to their strained relationship, their differing paths and perspectives on royal life seem to be at the heart of the issue. Growing up, William and Harry shared a close bond, united by their unique experiences as members of the royal family and their shared grief over Diana's death. However, as they matured, their roles within the monarchy began to diverge. William, as the future king, was groomed for his royal duties, while Harry, the spare, had more freedom to carve his own path. Despite these differences, they remained close, often appearing together at public events and working on joint projects, such as their mental health initiative, Heads Together. The turning point in their relationship came after Harry's marriage to Meghan Markle in 2018. While the world celebrated the union, behind the scenes tensions began to surface. Reports suggested that William had expressed concerns about the speed of Harry and Meghan's relationship, which Harry reportedly took as criticism. This initial disagreement marked the beginning of a growing divide. The situation worsened in 2020 when Harry and Meghan announced their decision to step back from royal duties and move to the United States. Dubbed Megxit by the media, the move created a significant strain on the brothers. William was reportedly upset by Harry's decision, seeing it as a departure from the duty and tradition they were both raised to uphold. Meanwhile, Harry viewed the move as necessary to protect his family from the pressures and scrutiny that he believed contributed to their mother's struggles. Publicly, the divide became even more evident following Harry and Meghan's explosive 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey. In the interview, Harry spoke openly about the challenges he faced within the royal family, including his strained relationship with William. He described their bond as being one of space, and admitted that they were on different paths. Despite the rift, both brothers have expressed hope for reconciliation. However, their differing roles, priorities, and approaches to royal life continue to create challenges. The once close relationship between William and Harry remains a deeply emotional and complicated aspect of the royal family's modern story, with the world watching to see if they can ever mend their bond. Diana's legacy and its significance. Princess Diana, affectionately known as the People's Princess, left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and resonate across the world more than 2 decades after her tragic death. Her compassion, resilience, and humanity set her apart not just as a member of the British royal family, but as a global icon who transcended her royal role. Diana's impact remains both cultural and deeply personal for millions, and her story symbolizes hope, kindness, and the power of vulnerability. One of the most enduring aspects of Diana's legacy is her ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Whether she was comforting AIDS patients at a time when the illness was heavily stigmatized, walking through landmine fields to bring attention to the dangers they posed, or simply offering a warm smile to those in need, Diana's empathy touched countless lives. She broke royal traditions by showing genuine vulnerability and emotion, humanizing the monarchy in a way few had before. This relatability made her loved by the public, and her actions redefined what it meant to be a royal. Diana's impact on mental health awareness is another significant part of her legacy. She spoke openly about her struggles with bulimia, depression, and feelings of isolation during her marriage to Prince Charles. At a time when such topics were rarely discussed, especially by public figures, Diana's honesty helped break down barriers and encouraged others to seek help and share their own experiences. Her bravery in confronting these issues has inspired a new generation of advocates for mental health. Diana's cultural significance also lies in her influence on the royal family and the way it engages with the public. Her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, have carried forward her legacy by championing mental health awareness, charitable causes, and humanitarian work. Diana's approach to parenting, where she emphasized giving William and Harry a more normal childhood despite their royal status, has also shaped how the monarchy approaches family life. Charles and Camilla, a controversial love story. The love story of King Charles III and Camilla Parker Bowles is one of the most controversial and enduring tales in royal history. It is a story of forbidden love, public scandal, and eventual acceptance, spanning decades and challenging traditional ideas about love and duty within the British monarchy. Charles and Camilla first met in the early 1970s at a polo match, where sparks immediately flew. They shared a deep connection, but their romance was cut short when Charles left to serve in the Royal Navy. During his absence, Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles, seemingly ending their romantic involvement. Yet, their bond remained unbroken, and the two stayed close friends, even as Charles moved on with his life and eventually married Diana Spencer in 1981. From the very beginning, Charles and Diana's marriage was under strain, with Camilla casting a long shadow over their union. Diana famously referred to this dynamic in her 1995 BBC interview, saying, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Camilla's presence in Charles's life was undeniable, and it became clear over time that his heart had always belonged to her. This emotional entanglement not only contributed to the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage, but also made Camilla one of the most reviled figures in Britain during the 1990s. Following Diana's tragic death in 1997, public opinion of Charles and Camilla remained overwhelmingly negative. Many viewed Camilla as the other woman who had caused Diana immense pain. For years, the couple kept their relationship private, avoiding the spotlight and working quietly to rebuild their reputations. It wasn't until 2005, after years of careful image management, that Charles and Camilla married in a modest civil ceremony, marking the culmination of their long and controversial love story. Today, as Queen Consort, Camilla has worked hard to carve out a positive role for herself within the royal family, championing causes such as literacy and domestic violence awareness. Over time, public attitudes have softened, and her love story with Charles is now viewed by many as one of resilience and devotion. The future of the monarchy, after King Charles III's reign. As King Charles III leads the British monarchy into a new chapter, discussions about its future inevitably turn to what lies beyond his reign. When Charles's time as king comes to an end, the spotlight will shift to his eldest son and heir, Prince William. The generational transition will not only mark the start of a new era, but also present challenges and opportunities for the royal family as it continues to navigate a rapidly changing world. One of the key factors shaping the future of the monarchy is its ability to remain relevant in a modern society. Prince William, who will likely become King William V, has already displayed a more modern and relatable approach to royal duties. Alongside his wife, Catherine, Princess of Wales, William has focused on causes that resonate with younger generations, such as mental health awareness, environmental protection, and early childhood development. Their approachable and family-oriented image has helped bridge the gap between the monarchy and a public that increasingly demands transparency, authenticity, and meaningful impact. However, the challenges facing the monarchy are significant. Public support for the royal family, while still strong in the UK, has shown signs of decline, particularly among younger generations. Questions about the relevance of the institution, its cost to taxpayers, and its role in a diverse and inclusive society are becoming louder. Additionally, the aftermath of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure from royal life has highlighted internal family divisions and the growing scrutiny faced by the monarchy in the age of social media. Prince William's reign will also need to address the legacy of colonialism and the monarchy's role in the Commonwealth. As several nations, including those within the Caribbean, discuss the possibility of becoming republics, the future king will have to balance the monarchy's traditional ties with the need to respect the evolving identities of these nations. William's recent visits to Commonwealth countries have shown his willingness to address these sensitive topics, but much work remains to ensure that the monarchy can adapt to a more globalized and independent world. Ultimately, the future of the monarchy depends on its ability to evolve while honoring its deep-rooted traditions. Prince William and Catherine have already laid the groundwork for a more modern and compassionate royal family, one that seeks to remain connected to the people it serves. After King Charles III's reign, their leadership will be pivotal in determining whether the monarchy thrives in the 21st century or becomes a relic of the past.